Yes, welcome again to this wonderful show, your show, my show, our show, Legend Life and Times with Francis Okoli, your positive brother that has yes in every of his things, so positive that he can't complete his sentence without saying yes. I brought to you this wonderful program, Legend Life and Times. I just finished checking my oil level, my fuel tank. I've checked the wing of my plane, my jet. I've just finished checking the ship and the train, and everything is in good condition. So hop in and let's take a ride. This ride is going to be wonderful, so exciting. So fasten your seatbelt and we go. Your pilot, your coach, I decide where we go. You don't know where we're going till I tell you. Where are we going today? Yes, in Legend Life and Times, we are going to... Yes, I'm just keeping in a suspense because Nokpa is always available for us. Nokpa is also on this journey for us. Nokpa products, Nokpa Herbal Cools, Nokpa Bitters, Nokpa Herbal Tonic, Nokpa Flusher, and the rest of it. If Nokpa is not there, we cannot go on this journey. So have you taken your Nokpa on this journey? Are we going? Yeah, you're set. Yes, I kick off. Where are we going to today? Where are we going to? Oh, we are going to Ososa. Ososa is a very wonderful historic town not far from Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State. Is it Ogun State? Yes. Ogun State is a blessed state, a state full of notable legends that we cannot just stop counting. Ogun State is where we are going today, and Ososa is a town not far from Ijebu-Ode. You know Ijebu-Ode. Ijebu-Ode is not far. And who are we talking about today? Who are we talking about? The legend in Ososa. Many of you will be guessing now. Yes, we are talking about Hubert Adedeji Ogunde. Does it ring a bell? Yes. The doyen of theatre. Some people call him the doyen of Yoruba theatre, but I prefer to call him the doyen of Nigeria, African contemporary theatre. He brought theatre, he professionalized theatre, he made theatre to earn a living for us. How did it start? Ogunde was born in Ososa. In Ososa, which year? On July 10, 1916. Ososa, he was born in 1916 to a family of a priest. Yes, a priest. And who is this priest? He was born to Jeremiah Deyimbo and Eunice Oluwatosin Ogunde. Jeremiah was a priest in the Baptist, and something happened on the line. Do you know that? You'll be asking, how can the son of a priest be doing, drumming those fearful drums? They are cultures. It's display. But something happened. Let's go there. Some wonderful thing happened. Do you know that Ogunde was actually a Christian? Christian, well-lettered, read the Bible, stood on this ground, and his first presentation was the Garden of Eden and the throne. The Garden of Eden is a story about Adam and Eve and how the world was created. You know the story, as a biblical story, and it was staged. Where did they stage it? Because, I told you that it's a priest, an African tradition. Ogunde lived with, look at the twist, lived with his father, a priest, and went to his maternal grandfather, that an Ifa priest. You see the marriage. He studied Christianity and still went to know how they do this Ifa. That is why you see that all his actions and everything, where he got his wealth of knowledge in theater, as in Yoruba. His maternal grandfather, that is the father of the mother, was actually an Ifa priest, and he lived there to live with him, and he learned those Ifa things and the incantations and the traditions and the worships, and you see it reflected even in his works. Yes, we are still on Ogunde. Ogunde had his primary school. I think he did 7 years formal education. His primary school was at St. John's Primary School, Ososa, and he also went to St. Peter's Faji School in Lagos. And so came back to school. He had his education between 1925 and 1932. 1925 and 1932, he attended St. John's School, Ososa, as I told you, and that is between 1925 to 1922. St. Peter's School, Faji, Lagos, that is 1928 to 1930. And Wasemi African School, 1931 to 1932. His first contact with performance art was as a member of the Egun Alarijo. He started moving around. Ogunde too sang. He was a very good songwriter. He wrote songs, he wrote plays, and he performed. You can see it reflected in almost all his songs, all his dramas. You can see display of song, folk tales, and drama. That is Ogunde for you. He later joined the Nigerian police force. Yes, now Ogunde was a policeman. A police force in March 1941 in Ibadan. Yes, and in 1943, the police force posted him to Denton Police Station, the popular one in Ebutemeta, where he joined the African Initiated Church, the Church of the Lord, Aladura. In Lagos, he created an amateur drama group, the African Music Research Party, in 1945. Like many of his theatre companions, such as he worked with Bishop, with B.A. David, he worked with Dao Dulayeni and G.T. Onimole. He began his theatre career as a professional when he produced the Garden of Eden and the Throne of God. This was a very big project. It was commissioned by the Lagos-based church of the Aladura Church, founded by Josiah Oshitelu. The performance was sanctioned to aid contributions to church building fund. They used it to raise money, and it was a very, very powerful performance. The Garden of Eden, so many people were in attendance, singing, dancing, and the rest of it. And somehow he found himself, the play, that time it was folk tales, it was real African story. We were used to the foreign ones that, it was only foreign, and Ogunde just said, okay, let's go contemporary, let's go local, let's go native, and all his songs came back. Don't forget that the fusion of the Christian and the Fatin, and really gave him he stood out as an Africanist, as an African, as a Nigerian writer and a Nigerian dramatist. And something happened there. I think at the request of Aleko of Abeokuta, they started looking for him. Ogunde performed the Garden of Eden at the Arcade Centenary Hall. Very popular in Abeokuta, and encouraged by the source of the play, he went on to write more soap operas. He wrote and co-directed 3 religious theme plays, Africa and God, in 1944. The folk opera is a Yoruba thing, and that is what we enjoy when it comes to Nigerian thing. Infuse Yoruba theater, Yoruba folk tales, Yoruba drama, and so that is what we enjoy. And the Yoruba costumes, and he's somewhat blessed. You see the way he displays it. His costumes is outstanding. Everything there, and that is why it is Africa. And he began his career. When he started, he started as a music. He started as a party. You can see the kind of vehicles they go. The Bole Kaja, they will go. They set themselves. They travel for days, for weeks, for months, and very, very wonderful theater group. That is why he married like more than 10 wives and so many children, because you see the life of theater practitioners. I get in so many women coming around them, so many girls coming around, and if you are not careful, if you are not disciplined, you can just begin to, because the so many things, so many atrocities, and so many wonderful things, you cannot cheat emotion. That is why it is advisable when you go. Well, then it was uncontrollable. Now we are able to control it. Go with your wife, go, because anything can happen anytime. And that is why Ogunde married like up to 10 wives, and Yes. He left the police as a constable, and he moved away and focused on a religious thing, Ifa thing. And in early 1945, he produced the Worse Than Crime, a political play that infused with Yoruba dance and Asian folk songs, and that was why he was blessed Asian folk songs. And if you can, even the title of his plays, his title of performance reflected in his Africanism in traditional works, and that is what stood him out and made him exemplary. Ogunde, like most, he did Black Forest, and so many things. He fought with his, it was, most of his plays were satire. Satires when you reflect societies in your things, and it was not really liked, and so many things happened even in his turn. Later in 1946, he produced Devil's Money, an African story about a man who entered into a contract with an evil spirit. So many works of Ogunde were coming out, and he was growing from fame. I told you, people thought he was a Yoruba, but he became the Nigerian factor, Nigerian contemporary, and he became a case study. And sometime the University of Lagos gave him a Doctor of Letters. University of Lagos gave him Doctor of Letters, and he was really celebrated. You look at him with gown and the rest of it, and it was a very, very wonderful thing there. The only person that they gave that time, honorary Doctor of Letters, and what happened in 1956, Yeta went on tour to northern Nigeria in 1955. And included performances like Colonial Hotel, Kano. During this time, Ogunde ceased to rise, as often he did, in order to make him. In 1946, he produced two important plays. In 1964, Yoruba Ironu and Otito Koro. Yoruba Ironu is a satire that it reminded Yoruba people about. Yoruba Ironu is just Yoruba think. That they should ponder, they should have a rethink of what is happening. It is awakening drama, and it really, really caused so many things, caused tears. It was banned in so many places not to, don't go up on the stage, and it was the military thing, and they were not really, it was not really going well. He used this play to speak, to fight for his generation, to fight. So Yoruba Ironu was part of it. Yoruba Ironu there is just Yoruba think. It was a satire, and it was a play in 1960. So many funny things. The play was staged in Egbe. So many wonderful plays, and it was really, really extolled. It was really carried along, going from banning and still coming back, and so many things happened. Do you know? I will not tell you because we are not yet back. I will go to this wonderful thing. Should I tell you? No, let's go and drink water. Don't forget that Nokpa is part of this. Nokpa sponsored this. Nokpa is the reason why we are talking about Hubert Adedeji Ogunde. And we are going to sell Nokpa Herbal, Nokpa Tonic, and the rest of it. Yeah, let's go and sell and come back, and we'll go to see what Ogunde did in the Nigerian theater. Welcome back to the Legend Life and Times with Francis Okole. I am your anchor, your pilot. I am directing it, and we just came back from drinking water because we are talking about who? No other person than the doyen in theater, Hubert Ogunde Adedeji. Yes, Ogunde, we've told you he was born. We told you that he was the one that really stirred the Yoruba theater, really reawakened Yoruba folks, Yoruba clan about theater. Theater is something that he really chose and really brought him to limelight. We all know that Ogunde too sung. Okay, let's go. Do you know that celluloid was the only means of capturing then? Now we have phones, we capture with phones, we capture with cameras, we capture with... no, it wasn't like that then. It was celluloid, it's 16 AM. If you don't have it, and it's not in Nigeria, you have to spend so much to bring it out. I think America had it, and it was the Olabalogun and Adelove that were like in that business. Olabalogun is a very good director, very popular man. And Ogunde invited them and said, okay, let's come and direct my film. Come and direct Aye. Aye is a film about the world. You see, you know, it digressed. It started with Christian Productions, the Garden of Eden, and don't forget the infusions of his paternal grandfather that studied the far in now. I think it was the demand of the people. People like, as even now, people don't even cherish Christian Productions. But when you say go the other way, you get. I think that was what drove him, because you know he wanted fame and he wanted money, and he now digressed and he started. He produced Aye then. Aye went and the second he produced. In 1979, Aye was a mystical, you know, the kind of European mystical display of occultism and the rest of it, and it really caught the white men, and you know that is the only thing that reflected then, and it happened even, it came before the advent of Christian Productions that really stood apart. It was only those kind of productions then. And who came? Ogunde sold some of the properties to finance the movie. The next Ogunde film was Jaye Simi. Jaye Simi. You think it was easy? It's not just like this. Before you can bring crew and so many crew and equipment, import crew and equipment, it would take so much from you. So he sold so many properties to shoot Jaye Simi. And Jaye Simi also was a success because it was shown on celluloid, shown around. It's not just now that you can just easily use your data and watch. No, you bring it celluloid. So many things are displayed. You reel it, you will see reeling, and so many things like light. Those of us that were then when such productions were being displayed, it was so tedious and so hard, and it was not easily sponsored. You have to say so many things. You have to spend so much on it. And Ogunde did Jaye Simi, as I told you. And Jaye Simi premiered, you know, it was directed, Olabalogun, he co-directed by Freddie Goody. They came, the crew will come and they will work for you. Freddie Goody, his third film was Aropin Teniyo. Aropin Teniyo too was a success, another adaptation of a play which premiered in 1964. In 1964, the film the mystics were reducing because I think the vision of the white man. His first film was Anyomo, the fourth one, Anyomo. This one is a play that has been dedicated to his wife, Adeshewa, who had died previously, one of his wives, Adeshewa. Ogunde established a film village in Ososa, his hometown, to serve as a film shooting studio for his film in 1982 in Ososa. His last two films, Aropin Teniyo and Anyomo, were shot on the Ogunde Film Village, film setting, so many works. Need I tell you that Ogunde too ventured into music. You know, he has wives and he was really there. Ogunde released many musical albums during his career. The silver voice, beautiful voice, you know, these are theaters. It's not now that machine computer helps us in production. No, so many things were involved before you can call yourself a theater practitioner. You must be good in singing, good in acting, and your voice must be so wonderful. So Ogunde was exceptional. He stood out, and that's why he's remembered today, the doyen of theatre. What happened again? In 1986, he was invited by the Nigerian government to form a national drama troupe. Nigerian government invited him. During this time, he represented Nigeria at the Commonwealth Festival of Arts, performing a play called Destiny, which was rearranged Ayomo that he had released earlier, Ayomo was his destiny. He now rearranged it to display. Destiny was a production with 30 dancers. 30 dancers in the play. Ogunde incorporated some of his favorite dance steps. Ijo Eleja for the dance of the fisherman, Ason Poipa from the Ibibio culture, and Kwange from Tila. Ogunde established an estate in Ososa, beautiful estate that stood out as a museum for people that want to learn it. Ogunde married more than 10 wives and had many children. The Ogunde Theatre was largely a family-run business. They ran it. They can go for months, weeks there. It's a family business. So if you are in, you are in the Ogunde family. The manager of Ogunde Theatre, who also happened to be one of his wives, was the former Miss Clementina Oguntemire. She later became known as Adeshewa Clementina Ogunde or Mama Eko. And taking the letter, it was in 1966, the next the other wives included Ibisomi Ogunde, Risiklat Ogunde, and Emilike Inde Olukoga Ogunde. Ogunde became the leading producer of Yoruba cellular movies. I told you, he brought the Olabalogun and some English plays, and they produced celluloid movie. That's what celluloid looks like. It's not the normal VHS. The production started with celluloid. Celluloid, and that's why the quality still exists, quality still stands out. And there he was celluloid. He led the world. He was during the shoot. I think he started. They started a movie, Mr. Johnson, and the crew also came. He organized up to 450, up to 1,500 or something like that. Cast crew came from abroad to shoot. And they didn't complete that shoot because that shoot was later done in his memory. He died, and it was after his death that that production was released. During his life, he has been honored with chieftaincy titles, thus making the Oloye of the Yoruba land. What are his works? In 1944, The Garden of Eden and the Throne of God. Africa and God in 1944 too. Israel in Egypt in 1945. Nebuchadnezzar's reign and Belshazzar's feast in 1945. King Solomon in 1945. Worse Than Crime in 1945. Journey to Heaven 1945. The Black Forest, Igbo Irumole. Very terrifying movies. In 1945, Strike and Hunger, 1945, a satire. Tiger's Empire, 1946. Darkness and Light, I think that is 1946. Mr. Devil's Money, Ahinde, in 1946. Hubert Macaulay, in 1946. Human Parasite, Towards Liberty, Swing the Jazz, Just Forever, Morenike. Half and Half, 1949. Gold Coast Melodies, Bread and Bullet, My Darling Fatima. So many wonderful songs, so many movies, and his film, that's his songs, his film. Aye came in 1980. Jaye Simi in 1981. Arokminteni in 1982. And Yomo in 1988. And Mr. Johnson that he didn't finish. What are you? The jobs he really did really stood for him. Ogunde would never be forgotten because he's the father, the doyen, the father of theater, the father of celluloid, the father of African theater, not diluted. I remember I told you his father, a priest, the maternal grandfather, Ifa priest. So those actually brought about. Did I not tell you that Ogunde was a teacher too? He taught in secondary school, that in primary school, that was the trend then. If you come out, like the higher students were teaching. I think maybe that was because of shortage of teachers or something like that, or they were using it as teaching practice. Ogunde, the doyen of theater from Ososa, a town near Ijebuode in Ogun State, the doyen of theater, the one that actually told the world that theater is an African thing, and it was recognized. He brought crews from abroad to Nigeria. They shot wonderful, beautiful dramas, beautifully, and he sang beautiful songs. So talented, so blessed, so wonderful. His museum is in Ososa there. It's there for you to see. see his works. And need I not tell you that his costumes are still in existence in the Pontmutos. If you can rent them there, you go there and see that, yes, he actually took theater as a business. We've gone to Ososa in Ogun State, a town not far from Ijebu-Ode, and that is where we go today, in Legend Life and Times. And I took you there, your uncle, your brother, your pilot, your coach, and everything. Yes, I'm going to disembark and just rest while you go take anything, take juice, take food, take snacks, take anything that you can take to relax. Because we are coming back. Yes, we are coming back to take you on a wonderful journey. Legend Life and Times, next time. I remain your friend, your brother, Francis Okoli. See you next time on Legend Life and Times. Don't forget that Legend Life and Times is sponsored by Nokpa, and Nokpa is what keeps us moving. You can also be part of these sponsors. You can bring your services, your goods to this station. Look at the number there. You tell us, call the marketing departments, and we should be part of it. But I, Francis Okole, your brother, says till we meet again on a wonderful journey, Legend of Life and Times. It's bye.